Put your W up for Worth It time.
Worth It watches, Worth It watches, Worth It watches.
This is the show where we rewatch old Worth It episodes and give behind-the-scenes commentary from yours truly and Adam behind the camera. Before we talk about what we're watching, I did dig through the comments recently.
Yeah.
Found some suggestions of what this show could be called. I want to read them to you. I want to hear what you think.
Okay.
What do you think about Worth It Reheated?
Worth It Reheated.
Okay, not the best workout comments.
I don't like that because it implies that I lost my heat, which I never do.
Ooh, okay, straight fire. What about Worth It Rest Stop?
Worth It Rest Stop.
I actually like that a lot.
Don't need a rest. If you stay rested, you don't need to get rested. That's my life motto.
Okay, I have a few more, so let's just go through this real quickly. Watch it.
Watch it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, sounds
Watch
like
it.
We're scolding people though.
What about Worth It Sizzle Me With Your Zest? That wasn't a
Hey.
suggestion, but that's pretty good.
I like that one.
And then the one last option is Worth It Back for Seconds.
Back for seconds.
That was the favorite in the comments.
That one's pretty good. Adam, what are we watching today?
We're looking at the 5 least expensive foods you've eaten on the show.
Heyo.
So there's a 2-way tie for 5th place.
Okay.
So we'll just go with the first one, which is donut.
Okay, so this looks like we're in season 2 of the show. We're eating donuts.
These were incredible, by the way. And behind the scenes here, they actually still send us donuts to this day.
Wow, the coffee is more expensive than the donut.
You know what? It's good coffee.
Donuts are really hard to make.
Yes.
They seem like such a commonplace food, but the amount of time and effort that goes into making these things is really incredible.
The thing is, I think if you make one donut, it's a lot of time. If you make a lot of donuts, it's like around the same amount of time.
Right.
It's not like they scale very easily. And we drove all the way up to, where is it? Calabasas? Around there.
Woodland Hills, yeah.
Woodland Hills. And ate 3 donuts in one day. This is the notorious episode that made us stop eating all the donuts or foods in one day.
Yeah, the sugar high and crash was very real this day. I felt very sick by the end of the day. I remember Adam was like begging for us to stop to get a fried chicken sandwich at the last place because he was like, I need some real food. I need something other than sugar.
Yeah.
Next up, also tied for 5th place, cookie.
So this is a good example of a location that is in our least expensive tier, but is in actuality a pretty expensive bakery. You know?
I mean, the item that we got is actually the cheapest thing you can buy at this place.
It's kind of a fun game that we get to play with the show where the least expensive food is not always at a kind of unexpensive place, you know? There's
Also, the reverse works.
Yeah, it shows that like there's value to be found everywhere, you know?
We also find really expensive foods at very hole-in-the-wall type establishments, so it goes both ways. I do like that we're covering the cheapest foods that we've covered because the show is secretly about the low and middle tier restaurants.
Totally.
Typically, most of you viewers out there are not eating those on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
It's all about this.
The expensive ones are like the cornerstone that you can base the episode around, but then the cheap and middle tier is where we get to have fun and like constructing a different narrative. So I think like the $1 cookie at a pretty expensive bakery is an interesting perspective on inexpensive cookies. Because you could get inexpensive cookies anywhere.
Yes. You'd be surprised actually, it's hard to find a $1 cookie out there.
Yeah. This cookie just was the total smell and taste of butter in a wafer.
Oh, why am I so bad at eating?
It's a crumbly cookie.
It is. But you're good at eating, weirdly. It's a weird skill. I don't know how you do it.
I don't think it's that weird.
You know?
I think most people develop that pretty early on in life.
Do you ever watch old Worth It videos on your own time?
Sometimes, yeah.
I typically try not to, because, thanks Adam, because I don't like watching myself. But when I do watch this, I'm like, wow, I can taste the cookie, like the taste memory is real.
Yeah. It makes me, I'm surprised how often watching the show makes me want the food. Like, I actually start getting hungry off of watching myself eat something, which feels kind of weird.
Yeah.
So next up we have a 3-way tie for second place.
Okay.
And all 3 of them are 100 yen.
Okay, so we're in Japan.
So with the conversion rate, 100 yen, it comes just under $1.
Oh.
Okay, the first one tied for second place is the first egg in Japan.
Okay, so we're at the first egg location in our Japan eggs video. And we're having the egg roll at Tsukiji Fish Market at Murotake.
So good. Also, I know this is not part of the least expensive thing, but looking at this scene, it does not look hot.
No.
But it was really hot.
It was ripping hot.
How do you convey hotness? Okay, that's just no one. This might be the most complicated process for a $1 dish.
For real. And considering it's 2 ingredients, right? It's the egg and the dashi.
I don't know if it's in the video, but I think these people who are making the eggs have to have been working for a certain amount of time, like 6 months.
Yeah.
So they can even get to the next step of being able to do the flipping.
This was actually a very sweet tasting thing. Yeah.
Were you surprised?
Very surprised. Yeah, I was expecting, an omelet-y thing, and it was more of a sweet custardy thing. Definitely one of the most unique things you could get for $1. Or I guess slightly less than $1.
Okay, next up, tied for second place, coffee.
Coffee. Okay, I might take back what I said about complicated processes, because this actually is more complicated than that egg.
Yeah.
Because they source their beans and they weigh them out, and then they combine them in certain proportions in an off-site location where then they are testing them, refrigerating them.
For sure.
Send them to each individual location.
There's like actual science happening there. They had like a thing where they would brew a little bit and then put it in this like spectrometer, not a spectrometer, but like something that was measuring like the acidity and the something, and then all this crazy stuff. I remember, you know how there's like the color spectrum?
I remember the color spectrum?
Yeah, just in general.
Yeah, okay.
He had a diagram next to the roasting machine that was a spectrum of smells and then like flavor qualities. Or it was like a spectrum of roasting doneness and then the smell and flavor associated with it as like a cheat sheet. And there was like 100 variations on there. It was awesome.
I didn't see that.
Right there. Yeah, there's the spectrum.
Oh.
Hell yeah. So they've got this machine where, because we're having the iced coffee in the episode, they have a machine that brews it hot, but then dispenses it cold, like instantly. So you can see the condensation going up the jar there. That was a thing, this metal canister, you can see the condensation going up. That was a thing I remember filming like, oh yeah, I gotta like zone in while this thing creeps up. Or like I saw it happening the first time and then I missed it and I was like, damn it, I'll never be able to film that again. And then he started making another one and then I swooped in.
The last one tied for second place, sushi.
Sushi, 100 yen sushi.
Can you explain how it works?
I feel like conveyor belt sushi things are one of those like restaurants that you feel like you might not have to go to if you go to Japan because it's like, oh, I'd rather go to a more expensive sushi place. But this was honestly so much fun and such a unique experience.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it.
Can you imagine like being in high school and going here after school? Like, come on.
Come on.
Least expensive food you've ever eaten on WorthIt.
Dumplings. Also one of the most recent foods we've ever eaten on WorthIt. So there's actually 3 dumplings that are the bottom one. Got the chive, the cabbage, and the pork.
Look at that.
The cabbage, so good.
I don't want to watch this anymore. It's torture.
We're getting dumplings for lunch. Hundo P.
But we're not gonna get these dumplings.
I know. Ah.
No, I knew this was gonna happen. I haven't watched this episode since it aired. Can we just stop the video here? I don't want to watch it anymore.
I hate watching this. This is definitely one of those foods that I regret the most that I can't have access to on a regular basis. We need to go back.
I do appreciate though that there have been some fans who have gone here and tagged us and stuff. I don't know if you check your story tags. I check them from time to time, and I'm like always very happy to see people go to this restaurant.
For sure.
Restaurant.
She was a treat. She was just a delightful human being. Just so friendly. Just a mom that's making a mom that you can buy food from.
Let's get to the buns. Let's get to the buns. Pork, cabbage. Look at the bottom of the crust.
The taste. Oh my god.
That's my favorite line in this episode. The hi, I'm crispy.
I'm crispy. That was not a performed reaction, right?
No.
I mean, like, you didn't, that was like how giddy we were eating those things.
When you're in Taiwan and you eat buns.
I remember the chive was surprisingly fishy. Didn't make the cut, but it had a surprisingly strong fish flavor to it. The least expensive foods tend to be our actual favorites on the show. And that's because we always try to find great restaurants, and so if it's great and it's the least expensive, it's usually got a lot of credit in its favor to be the Worth It winner. Okay, so thanks for watching this Worth It Watchin' Worth It. So we actually have new Worth It episodes airing right now. Check them out, Sunday morning.
We've got Double Cheeseburger. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. And next week we got
noodles. Bye.
Cut.